Hi there, we're here today at the Canadian Bushplane Museum. I believe that's a beach aircraft up on top. We're going to go in and here in Sault Ste. Marie, we're going to go in and check out the displays and show you what you can expect when you come here. Well, hello fellow adventurers and aviation enthusiasts. I'm absolutely delighted to be your guide on this video tour of the Bushplane Museum in Sault Ste. Marie. As those of you know who are returning to G&D travel, my name's Dave, and I promise you're in for an unforgettable journey. So let's dive into the captivating world of bushplanes together. Here we are in the heart of the museum, where history comes alive in the form of incredible bushplanes. These magnificent flying machines have stories to tell, stories of exploration, bravery, firefighting, and the undying spirit of adventure. Take a moment to soak in the aura of these planes that have touched the skies in remarkable ways. There's my lovely wife up in one of the fire towers. Here's walking in, so you can get an idea of how high up they are. The aids that they had inside, so they would be able to pinpoint the smoke and then radio it in to the planes that would come and scoop up water and drop it onto the fire. So this museum isn't just about viewing, it's also about experiencing. There are many interactive areas where you can hop inside the cockpits of some of these planes. There are one particular simulator that you sat in, you watched, you took off, and it felt like you were actually in the plane, taking off out of the harbor there in Sault Ste. Marie, and sitting in the cockpit and navigating the challenging terrain, pretending that you were feeling the thrill of flying the bushplane. It was great fun. Whether you're young or just young at heart like myself, this would be your chance to channel your inner aviator. Let's step back in time for a moment. Our treasure trove includes rare footage of intrepid bush pilots in action. Imagine soaring above breathtaking landscapes, making daring landings on remote lakes and facing the elements head-on. These pioneers were the true heroes of their time, shaping the skies and connecting communities. Going after wildfires in the bush is a big part of what these bushplane pilots were doing. And while I was there, I recorded some of the movie that takes place inside the theater at the museum. So sit back and enjoy as you can see some of the museum's wildfire film.
Medium, white, turning to gray. Burning in C2, helicopter access, pumping distance 200 feet. Copy that, connection level, so clear.
For the past 12 years, Vince Shepard of the Ontario Ministry of Natural Resources has started his workday with a detailed inspection of one of the most specialized aircraft ever built, the CL-415 water bomber. His co-pilot is Lyle Shibaga, and between them they've worked on thousands of fires. As captain, Vince is responsible for the safety of his crew, and lives are at stake both in the air and on the ground, every time they take off. The CL-415 is essentially a huge watering can that can deliver a load every 2 minutes. When it touches down, 2 intakes open on the belly of the plane, scooping up over 6,000 liters in less than 12 seconds. With a full load on, the plane is heavier by over 6 tons, and the engines have to go to maximum power to get back off the water.
Okay, you're so flaps 15, I've got the power. Roger, check that.
As they start their final approach, Vince makes sure there are no ground crews in the area, as the weight of the water can break trees in half.
Nice shot. And flaps are coming up. Okay, I've got 15 flaps set. You're ready for the water. Rotate. Rear's positive brake. Get up. 100 knots.
Ever wonder what goes into bringing these aircraft back to life? Well, we met some of them. It's a dedicated team of experts and volunteers and employees who work tirelessly to restore these vintage aircraft. It's like breathing new life into history itself. From replacing a propeller to painting intricate designs, every step is a labor of love and a tribute to the past. More information about the museum can be found online at bushplane.com, located at 50 Pym Street in Sault Ste. Marie. This downtown located museum is just a great idea for a family to go to. All aviation enthusiasts are going to love it. While we were there, we did meet one gentleman in particular who works there, Shane, and he explained to us about the CL-415 that they have on display here. When it came, it was originally had been in France, and they had packed it all up and shipped it over across the Atlantic and then brought it back. The reason I had asked him about it, because when I looked at the tail of it, well, it was almost up to the rafters. There you can see it. And I'm wondering, well, how did they get it in without tilting it down, or what did they do? And Shane was extremely helpful and explaining to us how it had all been crated up, and it took, I believe he said, a year and a half to reassemble inside the museum. It's certainly a centerpiece of it, and I believe it's the same aircraft that you can see in the Wildfires film that we saw in the Aviation Theater. Included with your tour is aircraft exhibits and displays. You'll see 24 vintage aircraft from the Silver Dart to the CL-215 and everything in between. Many planes accessible to visitors with interactive, interpretive displays. There's a children's flight center where the children can play and learn in a hands-on, fully interactive children's flight center. There's so much more. The museum itself is a little over 64,000 square feet of exhibit space. The Wildfire Theater, I believe it was about every half hour or 45 minutes or so that the film was on, so they do come around and tell you that the film will be starting. We found the staff and volunteers there to be great. They certainly take their time to come and make sure that all the guests are having a wonderful time. As we come to the end of our feature video about the Canadian Bushplane Heritage Centre, I want to thank everybody for coming back to G&D Travel, gndtravel.com. Please like, share, and subscribe if you're on our YouTube channel. And if you'd like to see the copy of the pamphlet that they give out to all visitors at the museum, please go to G&D Travel and click on the Adventure button at the top. And there will be a link to this film, as well as a link for a downloadable version of the pamphlet that they give you as they come in. Thanks again for coming, and I'll leave you to enjoy the rest of the video. Have a great day and a safe travel.